The show is over, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few short months after it began, it is ended. I guess it was a couple years, but Ivanka Trump no longer has a fashion line. It started with strong sales around 2014. They sell handbags, perfume, high heels, and more. But there were some boycotts. It seems like business wasn't so good, and then she had some other personal issues. According to her statement, she says, "When we first started this brand, no one could have predicted the success that we would achieve. After 17 months in Washington, I do not know when or if I will ever return to the business, but I do know that my focus for the foreseeable future will be the work I am doing here in Washington. So making this decision now is the only fair outcome for my team and partners." Do you buy it?
So I just want to quickly focus on the first sentence of that statement where she said no one could have believed the success that we'd achieve. That is a common thing that, by the way, everyone's guilty of it. I'm sure I've done it too. Where people want to put themselves in the position of an underdog, and it's super annoying. And by the way, again, I'm sure I've done it, and I'm sure I've been annoying, but like, no one believed in us, but we achieved so much. Like, dude, you're a wealthy woman who happens to be the daughter of the guy who's now, unfortunately, the president of the United States. Like, I'm pretty sure people could have predicted that you'd be successful.
But that specific phrasing is the perfect Ivanka-ism. Because like you look at her dad, and her dad says like, no one would believe that we would ever be. Unbelievable success, unbelievable, believable. And Ivanka uses high vocabulary like no one could have predicted the success that we would achieve.
Right, she sounds much more articulate than her.
But she sounds like she's not her dad, but she's her dad.
She's her dad, yeah, it's a great point.
She's her dad with a thesaurus.
I think that this was a smart move for her because her clothing line was nothing but, it was problematic for anything that she was trying to do, right? So for instance, one of her recent tweets, and I don't respond to tweets often, but when I do, it's to people like Ivanka Trump. She tweeted something about bringing American jobs back to the United States or creating jobs in the United States, something about the economy and creating jobs. But it was specifically about bringing jobs back, which I thought was hilarious because she has never manufactured a single piece of clothing for her line here in the United States. Everything's been manufactured in other countries, including China, Indonesia. You get the picture. So I responded to that and I was like, oh, that's great. Does that mean that you're gonna bring jobs back from your clothing line? Of course she didn't respond to that. But you can't claim to be this wonderful example of, creating American jobs and making America great again when you don't practice what you preach, when you don't practice what you are demanding of other companies, other corporations in the US.
Yeah, it's interesting because remember this, she got all those trademarks in China. Just looking back over her business career around the time the ZTE thing was happening, there was a report that there was one line about all the different trademarks that she got. Seemingly at the time when Trump was leveraging the ZTE scandal, it just so happens his daughter got all these. Taken together, the trademarks could allow her brand to market a lifetime's worth of products in China, from baby blankets to coffins and a host of things between, including perfume, makeup bowls, mirrors, furniture, books, coffee, chocolate, and honey. Oh, by the way, I already said coffins.
That's insane.
How weird.
I don't know, gotta diversify, I guess. The problem with you, Brett, and the problem with people on the left is that we don't have the minds of real entrepreneurs. You should be thinking about high heels and coffins. You should, but you don't.
Everybody needs a coffin.
That's true. Actually, funny enough, my parents have thought about that. They've already purchased plots of land that they would be buried in and that me and my brother would be buried in.
That is creepy. That is like, I guess, practical but terrifying.
No, but my dad is a business-minded individual, and he's like, A, I don't want you to have to pay a lot of money for us, and B, it's an investment for you and your brother. You guys can sell that at a premium. Amazing. See, business-minded people. Got a wow out of her, an audible wow. Yeah, by the way, don't care about the plot of land, have no interest in selling it. I just want to do a quick in memoriam. I hadn't looked at Ivanka's outfits. If we could start the music to say goodbye to
Ivanka Trump's fashion line and the abstract print matte jersey keyhole neck top for $49. I asked Sloan to get the ones she didn't like very much, and this is what here's what it's like from the back.
God, I love Sloan so much.
$49. Sloan, research producer along with Angel on No Filter. Listen to it on iTunes, watch it on YouTube TV. Also the brushstroke print slip V-neck peasant top.
That is an ugly shirt. Sloan is right.
If you want to look like you made a shirt out of your 6-year-old's first watercolor, $47.40. Get it while it still exists. This shoe, made from pheasant, pastel pheasant. And this one, this next one is a floral. I like the print.
Oh, come on, I would totally wear that.
Sloan
That's unfortunate.
said, but the neck is the tie is part of it. And she's right. This made this woman very happy, but some people.
Oh my God, it was
makes
originally
unhappy.
$158.
Get it now. Sale ends 8/5/18 at Macy's.
That is insane.
In addition, there's a couple cuts that I believe Sloan called atrocious. That hemline, apparently the flounce hem is not in style.
Oh, I like it though. I like flounce hem. Not on that. Not on
Here's
that.
the next flounce hem. These are, after they renovated the rooms at the Trump Hotel, they took the curtains and made them into outfits. And finally, this thing. I don't like the shape, it's formless. So
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Boxy shirts, for some reason, are a thing, and they should not be a thing. But anyway, thank you for putting together that in memoriam. It's important for us to really mourn the end of an iconic fashion line.
Bummer. At least I can still get a coffin.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.